Wings over Osterley Park. I have a funny feeling this is going to be a short video because there's only 2 locations to check out. Now, Wings came here, Paul McCartney and Wings, in 1971 and then again in 1973. 71 was to take a photo shoot for the Wildlife cover album, and 1973 was Band on the Run. So I've got a few locations to look for. Now, looking out across this kind of vast, what is it? Is that a meadow in front of the glorious house? Isn't that amazing? Look at that. There are quite a few iconic photos that were taken of the band. Linda and Paul walking along, strumming a guitar, and the band lighting a fire. And also, I think probably Heather was involved in that as well. But I can't find those locations, 51 years have passed. What is it with me and trees and McCartney? But I can definitely find the Band on the Run location, so that's going to be easy peasy. But I'm not sure quite about the lake. So let's go and take a walk around the lake, and if I find the location, or at least a location, then we'll stop and have a quick chat about that. And then afterwards we'll go back up to the house. Just to the right on the courtyard there is where Band on the Run was photographed. So let's do it. I don't think I can hold out too much hope. I've been around the small lake. Let's have a look on the map here. You've got the small lake and what they class as the middle lake. Now, having walked around the small lake, definitely couldn't find the tree there. So I've been around the large lake. It's quite large. You've got the house in the background there. There's 1 or 2 locations that I think that could be it. But what we have to remember is trees change. And in 51 years, the tree and the stump may well not be here at all. You have to ask yourself, Tudor, what is it with you and trees, especially beetles related? I just want someone to actually pinpoint these things. I don't think that, the team that were doing the photography would have actually nominated a specific tree, but probably just they walked around, oh, this one will do. Now let's see, where is it? It's just through here. I saw the opening. I think it's just a little further down here. Quite a few trees with branches coming into the water. At least I'm on the lake. This is the actual lake where they did the photograph. This is the nearest I could find where there's a branch coming through. And this is, 51 years later. But it's not dipping into the water. What do you think? It kind of looks like it. Look here. If we pan around, you've got the overhanging trees, but you've also got the island in the background. It could be anywhere along here. I don't think I'm going to waste too much time looking for the tree. So I actually don't think I'm going to find the tree location. Has anyone ever been out here themselves to look for it? 1971, August, fashion photographer Barry Lategan was asked to do a photo shoot for Vogue, and he took a picture of Marie Halvin, and she was perched on a branch overhanging the water. Maybe not this area, but certainly Osterley Park. And it said that this picture gave McCartney the inspiration for his Wildlife album. And so in October 71, a mere 2 months later, they arrived here. So Paul, Denny, Linda and Denny. And they did the photo shoot, which became the album cover for Wildlife, Wings' first album cover. I'm not really going to find it. 51 years have passed. That tree's not going to be here. But I'm in the location, so that's kind of magical. But 2 years later, the guys came back and they did a second photo shoot for what would become the kind of the opus magnum of Wings, and that would be Band on the Run. So that's back over at the house. Let's trek over there and have a look. Isn't this just amazing? Osterley Park, just outside Heathrow. Heathrow is about 3 or 4 miles that direction. London in the background, you can just see some skyscrapers creeping up. Now, in October 1973, the band came here and they decided to shoot their photo shoot for the album cover. Now, this is the stable block, and if you look at this wall on the left, that is the actual wall that they shot the album cover against. Isn't that amazing? And look at this. Anyway, I'm starving, so I think a little walk into the stable cafe and then we'll come back out and have a talk about this. Yeah, when you've walked around the lake and not found your objective, and then got drenched in sudden downpour. It's gloriously sunny now. I think a spot of lunch, get the energy back up, and then we'll go out and we'll have a look at the wall. I'm not one for complaining, but I'm going to make a quick call to the National Trust. Yeah, is that... Hello? Yep. Is that the National Trust? Yeah, I just wanted to let you know that I'm on one of your premises. It's Osterley Park. Oh yeah, it's glorious. Lovely park, yeah. Anyway, I'm kind of not here for the house or the park, as lovely as they are. I'm here for the filming location from Paul McCartney's band on the Run. Yeah, that's right, just at the end of the stable block here. Anyway, you've parked your green refreshments lorry right where it, it's just in the way. So in future, perhaps if I give you a quick call and just let you know I'm coming to one of your properties, could you make sure that all the areas for Beatles or Paul McCartney and Wings locations are completely clear? Oh, that would be fabulous. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Right, let's get on with this, shall we? I'm going to place the camera just about here. There is footage of the whole video shoot being done. I think it's on part of the Wings when they did the Wingspan thing. So you've got Wildlife, which becomes the first album, Red Rose Speedway the second, Band on the Run the third. And so you've got Clive Arrowsmith, who knew the Beatles. He knew Paul and John from his college days. I'm not sure, I think he's probably about 6 or 7 years younger than them. So I'm not sure he would have hung out with them. I've read on his website that he knew them, so who am I to argue? And he came down here with his Hasselblad, and he had 24 exposures, of which only 2 turned out because he had borrowed a lighting to shine against the wall and it wasn't powerful enough, and because he had chosen the wrong type of film, probably daylight film, which works for bright light, and it was dark. He required all the participants to stand still for 2 seconds. 2 seconds is like this. Which we can all do 2 seconds, right? Easy peasy. However, when you've got, how many were there? 9 of them? Who have we got? Michael Parkinson, Kenny Lynch, you've got James Coburn, you've got Christopher Lee, Clement Freud. Who's on the far left? Who's on the far left? I'm trying to do it. You obviously got Paul, John, and Paul. Oh, John Conte, the boxer. Yeah, boxing. Don't do boxing. Don't do any kind of fighting. So you've got them all here. Can I recreate it? James Coburn. Michael Parkinson doing this. Paul grabbing him by the lapel. John Conte, Kenny Lynch looking over the shoulder. Just only 2 shots worked, and I read that Clive had said that years later he'd met Paul at a party, or he was at a party with Paul, and he basically apologised because he'd done a wash of orange onto the or yellowy tint onto the picture to try and liven it up, but didn't tell Paul. But Paul was like, gracious as ever. So that's fine. So the wall. This is the actual wall. I don't even think it's probably been renovated and stuff. So, it's 1500 stable block from the Tudor period. Band on the run, a grand old painter, Mammonia. No words for my love. Let's go and sit down on the bench and have a recap. I often wonder to myself, how did Paul and Linda and Denny, how did all of them get all of those famous people to be involved? Clement Freud, politician and chef and author, two movie stars, Christopher Lee and James Coburn. I think Kenny Lynch was, he kind of on the circuit with the Beatles in the 60s and comes from Liverpool anyway, so that was easy for him to be involved. Really quite amazing. Michael Parkinson, he was like the chat show host, godfather for the BBC or ITV, whatever channel he was on, for English television throughout the 70s and 80s, probably even the late 60s. And anyone who's anyone as a celebrity would be on his show, from comedians like Morecambe and Wise and Billy Connolly. You had the likes of Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee, just everyone. There was even that awkward one with Meg Ryan. Did you see that one? Where he was asking her questions about her career and films and everything. And it was very much a yes, no, yes. She was either high on some substance or didn't want to be there. Okay, so a rather quick video, I think. I don't think it took a lot of footage, to be quite honest. Osterley Park, originally used for the Vogue shoot by Barry Lategan with Marie Helvin. Inspired Paul, so he used it for the wildlife, and then obviously coming back here to do the Band on the Run. So 2 more locations chalked off. I actually found his house the other day, but I don't think I'll go filming there. I could get into trouble. So with that, a little bite of the Granny Smith's apple, and I shall say thanks for watching, bearing with, and I'll hopefully see you in another video. Bye for now. Mm-mm-mm.